This is Dee with Critical Break. I've had a very interesting week, and I have a great deal to share with all of you. I just had something very interesting happen that delayed me starting right on time. So, but I'll get to that in a moment. Anyway, I'm going to preface this with this journey that I'm on. This is, and what's occurring here is for all races, all backgrounds, all religions. This is my journey with Gabriel and Adonai. And we're all discovering what is actually going on here. But this is for everyone. And I hope you all have had an amazing week. Do remember and try to keep an open mind when viewing this material. And an open heart. Use your heart brain when viewing this material. And you have to ask yourself, could what I am saying, what I'm discovering, possibly be true? Just sit with the information that you're given and do some research of your own. Anyway, so much to share this. And I'm very unprepared today. So much stuff is going on, and my research is going out in 100 different directions at the same time. It's been a very interesting week. So, yeah, it has been big ups and downs, the usual roller coaster. But I thought I would, first I'll let you know that I just took photographs outside right before the stream. And they were of some people parachuting. I have never seen that here before. I took photographs. I have them here on this camera. I did not have time to load them. This is the long ones that I use, in case anybody's interested. I took photographs of those people parachuting. It's interesting. I swore I saw at least 3, but when I was doing the photographs, I saw 2. And what was going through my mind when I was taking those photos is the vision I got of 2 angels coming down. That, I don't know why, but that was going through my head as I took the photographs. So it'll be interesting to take a peek at these. I got to get them off the camera. Didn't have time prior to stream to do that because I literally took those photos just moments before I started the stream. So I'll get to share those with you after I get a chance to get them onto the computer and evaluate them. Anyway, yeah, it's been very interesting this week. Today's date's very interesting. It didn't even dawn on me until 12:20 a.m. I looked down to see what time it was and realized it was 11:11. That is also a number many of you have been getting, and that is God trying to get your attention. That 11:11 code. So today is interesting. I got another code this morning while I was talking to Miss Ann. Her channel is Joanna Maynard. And I was sitting there talking to her, and I looked at the clock, and it was 9:11, 911. Today's 11:11, and right now it's 2:11. Interesting. The numbers, right? So I need to make sure I make note of that. The 911 code I got this morning is interesting. I glanced over it briefly. I may go ahead and do that video out of sequence with the other code numbers. But again, those, the way I date those, they'll represent the date that I received the code. So you'll be able to tell what order they're supposed to be in. But I may go ahead and do that 911 directly after we get done here. So a busy day, lots to do. And I thought this weekend was going to be nice and calm. It has not been. Okay, so I think what I will do is dig into some of the photographs I've taken over approximately the past month or so. And that will lead into some events that happened this week. And some other interesting things that I caught on photographs. So I will do a share screen and we'll do that. Okay. The video will lag a bit right after. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Hello, Sir Tony. How are you? Oh, thank you. Yeah, the white. That's not intentional. It just was what I threw on. Your oldest brother's birthday is today. Well, tell him happy birthday. It's 9:11 here. Oh, oh, yeah. Where you're at? Oh, here we go with the numbers. See, I got that 911 when I was talking to Miss Ann, and you just got 911 during the stream. That's fascinating. That's kind of confirmation I need to do that code immediately after this, I would say. So I will indeed do that. Anyway, so it's going to be this stream plus another one right behind it. Busy day. Our work never ends. Anyway, I'll go ahead and do, I hope everybody's having a really great day. And this coming week, I hope, is amazing. Oh, something else I wanted to share with you all. 2 days ago, well, Friday night, we went down to 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Where I live, that is unusual any time of the year. But for November the 9th, it is very unusual. Normally, I mean, we can have 70-degree days clear into December. So that 12 degrees Fahrenheit on November the 9th is beyond. It is, not only was it a record setter for this area, normally record setting happens within 2 or 3 degrees of the average temperature. The record was 24 degrees Fahrenheit for November 9th. And we were at 12. We beat the record by 12 degrees. And I don't know if you all realize how significant that is, but that's huge. 12 degrees. So, yeah, that's, oh, wow, that is interesting. That was the 9th. I'm glad you're in the chat, sir. I'm so glad you're in the chat because, yeah, November the 9th, when that occurred, was 9/11. 11/9, right? And the weirdness continues. That is wild. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to do a share screen. And we'll go through these pictures and a video. Because if you notice the title about spiritual warfare, yeah, it's a thing. And the pictures I'm going to be presenting will pop into that subject. Right, here we go. Off to the races. And make sure I got everything ready. Yeah, I do. Okay, here we go. All right. We'll start with the 15th. The 11th, 10/11. Here we go with the 11s. 10/11 was the day that I had the interesting aerial dogfight, aka playing chicken with 2 planes, and caught one of the orb ships. Yeah, wow, here we go with these numbers again. Anyway, we're going to start with the 15th for photographs, so we'll look at those, okay? And a lot of the photos I take of birds because there is a great deal of significance with me and the birds. These are the bluebirds. They're back again right now, and they're amazing. They're so pretty and so cute. But these guys will actually fly down and land on me or land on the ground at my feet. And as you see, I caught another little bird here. Let me zoom in. It's kind of starting to pixelate a little there. But some sort of a little wren or finch of some sort here. Or sparrow, and then the bluebird. But birds are a huge thing. You can see his blue really good there. Really pretty, huh? And the other bird you can kind of see right here. Yeah, see the little yellow here? You can see he's looking at me. He's looking at me take the photo. Another one with the yellow. And it's got like a little orange red dot in the middle of its head right there. Super cute little birds. The sky. Always a major subject of my camera lens. Birds, sky, animals, pretty much. And yeah, so whenever I see an interesting sky, I definitely get some shots of it. I see it so much though that I haven't been taking quite as many pictures as I normally do. But you notice some interesting things when you look at the sky. And these triangle shapes caught my eye that were kind of poking down. But yeah, beautiful sky. Interesting, right? Look at the color. And these are unenhanced, untouched, right off the camera. You see what I mean about these triangles? Really sets off the blue in the sky. The real actual blue, not the fake blue. We get the fake blue occasionally too. But yeah, very unusual. Picture of the moon. There's some better pictures of it here in a minute. Right there. A long lens does a pretty good job. See the moon quite well. Even zoomed in, it's not pixelating. Pretty amazing, huh? And that's without a tripod. That's just me shooting normally. Pretty amazing picture. I really need to get a camera that takes shots in low light levels. These pictures, the light was not conducive to really pick up the bird, but I did pick up a really nice spider web going on up here. And I think most of these pictures are like that, where the sun was at the wrong angle and I really wasn't getting a good picture of this bird. You see the yellow, the very long beak. What is all of that? See all that above the bird? What is that? Okay, I didn't notice that till just now. Look at all that. What the heck is that? I just now noticed that. That is weird. Sometimes you go to look at something else closely and you end up finding other things, and that is really odd right there. Don't know what's going on there. Huh. I didn't even notice it till just now. Because when you're zoomed out like this, you really just don't notice it because you're more focused on the bird. But wow. Really bright. And a lot. That's weird. And just in a certain space, it's not all over the picture. See? It's just in that spot. Wow. That's just crazy. Now that I'm looking at it. Wow. I don't know what I caught here, but I caught something. And if it was pollen or something like that, it'd be all over the photo, not just in that one spot like that. That is wild. See how tight we can get. See, it starts going into pixels now. There's a lot going on there. I just don't know what it is exactly. Huh. Okay. Well, that made things even more interesting than I thought it already was. Huh. Okay. I'm fascinated. Let's see if they show up here. See, they're not there on the next photo. What did I capture? There's a spider web. He's got a bug. What? That is just... Okay, that's the picture with the weirdness going on. This is the exact same photo. You'll see one picture that's an RAW file, and then you'll see the JPEG file. This is the RAW file of that same picture. I definitely captured something here. And I just don't know what. I have a hunch, because that's way up in the sky. What we're seeing above that bird, that's way up there. Are we looking at ships? We may be looking at ships. That's definitely not pollen. Look at the rest of the photo up close. Nothing. It's just that one spot right above the bird. Interesting. I captured something there. I just don't see. There's one here too. Look at the color in that. And this is the RAW file, but just in case anybody wants to know. Any of you other photography nuts like me. Wow. That's just incredible. Look at these colors. I definitely captured something here. And I had no idea until just now. I'm totally perplexed. Okay. We'll move on because I have other things that are very interesting for you to see too. That's just, see, that's the raw file right there. And that's the JPEG. See the difference in the color between the two? The raw file is the pure photo. That's what the camera saw. And I wasn't even going to show these pictures to you guys because the lighting wasn't right for the bird. No, I'm glad I did. So much happening. And you see in the very next photo, it's not there. In the very next photo. And that's the raw right here we're looking at. Nothing on this photo like that. So this is not a camera sensor problem or dust or anything bizarre. That was an actual photograph of something profound. I have a feeling. There's the JPEG. I went on to take pictures of another little bird, but the light, the way the light was hitting them in these photos just wasn't. Now here's my little bluebirds again. Look at this one. Look at him. He's all puffed up just sitting there. Isn't that cute? And he sat there for a long time. That's why I took his picture, because he sat on top of that for a long time. That's a floodlight for the parking lot. So cute. Here we go. Here's the RAW file of that photo and the JPEG. And with the JPEG, you can kind of see the color a little better. It's a little brighter. Okay. I'm glad I went ahead and showed those. That's just blowing my mind. Okay. Okay, more interesting photos. Photos of a plane. It captured my eye because of the chemtrail behind it. And the telepathy going through my head is, you know, I've talked about the chemtrails being multi-purpose. I think they are. What was going through my mind telepathy-wise was they're there to expose what's actually up there. And many people that do call in the orb ships will notice them near these chemtrail lines, or coming in and out of the clouds. It's really fascinating. It's like they're checking out what's going on. But this, you know, this plane's way up there, and that long lens does a pretty darn good job of capturing what we're looking at. But things get interesting as we go along. See, here's the raw RAW file, JPEG, of the same picture. This is the RAW file. And here we go. Look what's right in front of that plane. And you can tell it was in motion when I snapped that photo. One of the Foo Fighters. Pretty interesting, huh? As you can see, this camera does, with the long lens, does a pretty fair job. Yep. It's very pixelated, but yeah. They're small orb ships. And I just happened to capture one there. And that's the JPEG of that same photo. See? And then in the very next photo, right here. This is the JPEG. And I don't think I captured it again that I know of. Oh, maybe so. Right here. Oh, something else right here. Maybe there's more than one. That's the JPEG of that same photo. That is a sensor problem right there. That little white pixel. That is not an ARM chip. It's just a sensor problem. One single pixel on this sensor has that issue, and it's right there. You guys got to see it. Okay. This is just a picture of a bird, but like the other photos, just a picture of a bird turned out to be much more than I realized. This is one of the bluebirds again. I don't see anything else interesting, and the light was horrid, so it didn't come out very good. But I think there's just 2 photographs of, yeah. On to the next one. Maybe we'll discover more weirdness on these photos. This is an American Airlines jet. They've changed recently, changed their, they used to have the 2 A's on the tail, and now they're doing an American flag type thing on the tail, but that's what this plane is. I don't see anything that stands out. In particular, see, there's my bad pixel right there. Can find it. I can spot it a mile away. I don't see anything. Oh, well, I don't know. That was just a very odd sky. Okay, we're getting to the pictures, coming up on them anyway. This was in the morning. So that's the RAW file, JPEG, RAW, JPEG. And as you see, this was just a few days ago. This was the 2nd. See how everything's green? Trees are starting to change, but everything's very green. All these trees are full of leaves. They aren't anymore. That deal with the 12 degrees, yeah, they dropped all their leaves that next day. I mean, just like shed leaves all in one day. Not joking. You see how full of leaves those are? Not anymore. They're naked. Interesting morning. Really pretty. Okay. These trees. I took the photo because the beautiful colors we were getting. And look how many leaves are on these trees. And this was on, I think, the 5th. Look, what date was that? 5th, yeah. This is on the 5th. And as you see, everything is full of leaves. And some trees are just starting to turn. But these trees, of course, these are maples. And they're just stunning. The color coming from them. Just amazing. The sun was setting in these photos, so the light was just perfect for doing this. And I'm glad I did, because not but a couple of days later, this is all gone. All right. Things get even more interesting. Now, I don't know, in these photos, there was, what I saw were 2 planes, this one and another one way off in the distance out over this way. And they were both leaving a contrail. Now, this is a normal contrail, not a chemtrail. This was disappearing shortly behind the plane, like they normally do. The thing that was interesting is, after I was taking the photos, I looked up and there was a second plane very near this plane. And then there was another plane just like this that was leaving the same kind of trail way off back over here. But there was another plane right not far behind this one, making no trail at all. It was very odd. I wish I had noticed it and gotten pictures, but I didn't. All right. This was the 7th. Is that right? Yeah, the 7th. In the morning. The sun coming up. And there's a couple of reasons I'm showing you these photos. First of all, I want to see if you all see what I see, or help you learn to see what I see. And there's some things going on here that are somewhat symbolic in this photo. And then there's paranormal going on in this photo. And the reason I started taking the pictures was the fog that was, there's a creek that runs right in front of here, right down here. And I was like, oh, that looks really interesting. That would make a good photograph. So I grabbed the camera and started shooting. And as you see it, the frost on the roof of the barn here. But do you see what I see inside the fog itself? When the light hits that in just the right way like this, there's things you will see if you pay attention. Look right here. You can see several things in these photos. That's the JPEG of that photo. See what I'm talking about? It is a lot like when I have you all look at that one channel that's doing a live cam on the beach at night. The things that you're seeing on that camera is exactly what I'm capturing using fog and sunlight to capture the exact same things. I'm hoping that will help enlighten many people to what's really around them all the time. It's interesting how the cross, the way the shadow casts, the sun's up here, back over here, and it casts through. Isn't that interesting? But if you really pay attention, you can see what's going on here a lot. Little did I know that this fog and these pictures were very symbolic of what was going to happen later that day. And you'll see what I mean when I share that with you. Capturing light and much more. See this over here? Look at the rays of light going through. Isn't that interesting? But yeah, there's things here, right here, right here, right here. And notice it almost looks like smoke. It looks like something's on fire, doesn't it? See the rays of light coming through. And then it gets really interesting, doesn't it? Do you see what I captured here? Now this is this blue and this right here. This is just the way the sun off my lens. It's a flare, okay? So don't look at flares and blue orbs like this as true orbs. They're just light orbs generated by the lens. But this stuff right here is not a lens flare or anything else any of you could explain, but I could. Like I said, the veil is thin and the dimensions are literally stacked inside of each other, like Russian dolls. And there's things right next to you all the time that you're totally unaware of. Here, here, here. Look at the light rays coming through there. It's amazing. Really amazing photo. That's the same photo in JPEG. Look at those rays, big red bands. See those? Big giant red bands. You can see them over here too, red bands. Isn't that awesome? But as I said, there's a lot in that photo. And it kind of exposes the dimensional layers. Because I want you to learn to see what I see. See the bands of red light? And these are lens flares that you're seeing here. Not orbs. They look cool though, right? And actual orbs do photograph very similar, but those are flares. Very interesting morning. But the day itself got even more interesting. Oh, let's see. And here's, well, this is, let's see, show this one first. This is that morning early where the photographs were really deep, intense. This is actual video of that same day. Just thought I'd show that to you real quick. The one that's more important is right here. Now, remember what I said about spiritual warfare and that cross looking like smoke, the fog looking like smoke. Later that day, this is what occurred. And I'm keeping the volume turned down for a reason, because there's people's names that I mention. The owner of this truck that's on fire, for instance, in an effort to keep their privacy. I live on hallowed ground. The person that owns this truck I know personally. It's a very, very, very good individual. The spiritual battle is ongoing, and that's no joke. You'll see some small explosions of aerosol cans and things that were in the bed of the truck. And it was a beautiful truck, too. You can hear the glass exploding out of the truck, the windows. And you'll see actual little explosions in the bed part. I was worried, you see that? There was an explosion. I was worried that the gas tank itself was going to go. Look at the smoke from that. See those explosions? When I was looking up at the smoke, one of them happened. Yeah. But was the smoky looking cross something to do with this kind of a precog thing? I have a feeling it's very related. Luckily, he wasn't in the vehicle when this occurred. He was not even on the grounds at the time. He was off with one of the other church members doing something. I'm not sure what. But this is indeed a spiritual war. And I believed, yeah. Remember I talked about all the dead animals on the highway when I was going up to the doctor's. Yeah, the signs are there. You just got to know what you're looking for. Anyway, yeah, heck of a day. It's been, and my gut feeling told me that that fire was intentional. And I wasn't the only one that had that sense. I spoke with someone else today that had the very same conclusion and felt the same way about it. She also shares this genetic code that I keep talking about, the C677T. You all are highly gifted. You have abilities. You read things and situations. And she read this too, just like I did. This was completely intentional. Anyway, I have a couple other videos I did right behind that one because the sky that day had caught my attention multiple times because of what was going on up there. And this is directly after filming the truck fire. I pointed the camera up so I could get a little more of what was going on in the sky. Got normal clouds next to not so normal. Oh, these are kind of funny. This is Ambrose, the kitty cat. Why are you talking, sir? Are you talking to Mama? Why are you talking? I was meditating, and Gabriel and Ed and I were both here and right next to me, and I was meditating at the time. And every time I start to meditate, the cat would start meowing a lot, like constant. Like, I don't know if he was trying to communicate with all of us. It was interesting. But that's what these. And Gabriel are right here next to me communicating, and he keeps walking over to this area and looking at me and meowing and talking to me. What are you saying? Are you talking? What's the matter? He shut up as soon as I started filming him. Turned on the camera and he zipped his lip. It's funny. Cats are seers. What's the matter, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now you're not going to talk anymore? No more talking? No? Are you done? He's so funny. I did a couple of videos of him. There he goes. Now he's at it again. Every time I start to meditate. Meditating, he starts this. Why? 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 What's the matter, buddy? And he just kept on. He did not, I don't know what his deal was. He's such a brat. Anyway, this video just shows that it got down to 12 degrees, but anyway, so I'll stop sharing for now. I've got some other stuff to share with you too, but we'll do the... Anyway, I'll check the chat and see how you guys are doing. It's great to see all of you. The 11/11, 9/11, 2/11. Yeah, today is 11/11. Exactly. And I also have the code 911 I got this morning. And yeah, some interesting things. Let's see. Yeah, that one picture was really weird, wasn't it? Where I thought I had just captured a bird, and I just found something while looking at that photo while I was live with you all, going, oh wow, what's that? Yeah, pretty interesting, wasn't it? Yeah, it looks very far away. It does not look near in, so that would be my assumption too. Ships, possibly. It's really good to see you. Maybe plane is just a hologram. That's always possible, but I don't think that one was. Let's see. JMIZZ says there is one bright so-called star, which they are not stars, but the one that's light bright orange coming close and closer to Earth. Now I record the moon, which is someone is driving. Okay. Yeah, you see that figure next to the cross too. Logical Muse was saying it looks like a female figure in front of the cross. Sir Tony says, I see a face. Yeah. Logical Muse, I caught a beautiful light being on a webcam. Oh, cool. Yeah, many people are starting to notice things on their photographs and videos. They're going, that doesn't look quite right. Yeah, a face on the top right. That's correct. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's always possible for a vehicle to have an electrical short and catch fire. But what occurred there, the particular owner of that truck is under heavy spiritual attack and has been for over a year now. He nearly died. He has that genetics. He had a stroke. The stroke is very common with that genetic code, with the things in the food. Okay. So, yeah, there is definitely um, a spiritual battle going on. And you all need to realize just how powerful you really are, because those things, the negatives, the what I call the virus, the evil on the planet, you are far more powerful than they are by a long shot. And as soon as you all wake up to that, the more people that are, the sooner the shenanigans stops. It's just very difficult, and I know that because of the amnesia everybody's got. They don't remember their past incarnations, and that was by design, by the virus. Like I said, it's like an overlay. Um, what was supposed to be intended here. Um, yeah, basically an invasion happened fairly long ago, and it hasn't sorted itself out. So I think that's why many are incarnate right now, to put a stop to it, because it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, it's beyond a simple fix. So, let's see, what else was I going to share today? Look, I made some notes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. And it would help if I could read my own writing. It's getting dark in here, though. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, another thing that was really interesting. I got a friend request on Facebook. I don't like Facebook. Um, the only reason I'm even still on it is to contact um, groups of people that are suffering with the genetic code that we have and the attack upon our genetics. Um, and contact with family members. There may come a time I yank down Facebook totally. Um, the codes have been telling me to do so. So you all will have to contact me via my email or our Google Hangout. Um, I got a friend request from someone that works for the UN. I do not trust governments, any of them. They've all been infiltrated by the virus. So if you work for a government or government agency or the UN, if you're on Team Good, I would email me. My email is on my About page and always underneath the videos if you want to communicate. I will not friend you on my Facebook, and I will likely be taking it down. So, yeah. I don't know what the intent is exactly going on there. It could be absolutely nothing, but I don't trust governments, period, because I know they're infiltrated. So are all the organizations, all the churches, everything's been infiltrated. So if you're trying to contact me, I suggest you email me because I will not friend you on Facebook. I just wanted to put that out there. And if you're working on Team Good, email me and we'll chat. Let's see. In other words, the team that's working for the human beings on this planet to get rid of the virus. One of the viewers had asked me about my version of Arcadia. I do plan to include that in a video I wanted to already have done. What I can say, just briefly, is this planet was Arcadia before the virus was unleashed upon it. So, yeah, this was Arcadia. Because they asked details about what my idea of Arcadia is. And this place was. It's just been hijacked. Just like our lives have been hijacked, our souls have been hijacked on this planet. And it's because this planet was invaded. So, my answer is this is Arcadia. It's just got an infection. It was a grand place for the fledglings to learn things. And now it's all jacked up. It's just like a computer with a virus or malware. That's kind of what's going on. So, I do have, there was one person that contacted me. I told them I would call them. They said the best time was in the evenings. Problem is, my evenings are very, everything is very hectic for me, but evenings in particular, I try to spend with my sister and catching up with family things. So it makes it difficult for me to contact people in the evenings. So I do plan on doing that. It's just been really crazy around here. And so if I've made a promise to call you, I will. I've got your number, and I will do that. And I do appreciate all the wonderful comments and questions and letters, and the support and people trying to help me with information and things. And it's amazing. You all are fledgling creators, and you are amazing. And I hope you understand, or you see what I see in you, because you're very brilliant. You just need to know it inside. One of the things shared with me, one of the viewers, Sir John, shared something with me, and I'm going to share it with you all, dealing with the genetic thing. And I think it's interesting and something I'm going to dig further into, time permitting. Like I said, with all the research and things that I do, the codes, the telepathy that goes on between Adonai Gabriel and myself, sometimes others. There's not a lot of time in the day lately. But and my research goes, like I said, in 100 different directions, because what's going on down here is very complicated. This isn't a easy fix sort of thing, because like I said, the virus has infiltrated. And when I say virus, I'm talking about evil. It's infiltrated everything here. So it's affecting your very way of life in every facet I can think of. And yeah, but I wanted to share this with you. And it deals with the genetics. You know, we've been talking about our genetic code and how it is under heavy assault from things they're putting in vaccinations to the food chain, things they're putting in the foods. And yeah, and much more. RF, EMF, you name it. There's a lot going on here. But we are definitely under what I consider spiritual warfare, and that is a genetic attack in every way. But let me pull that up and show you what Sir John brought to me. And I'm going to look into this a lot closer. Let me share screen. Off to the races again. Okay. In the message to me, it was about the Mormons having the largest database of DNA on the planet. And this is about something called CRISPR, which is it's all about DNA. And it's about the Cas9, protein Cas9. Specialized stretches of DNA. Yeah. Things get interesting when you look at this, because it has everything to do with this genetics that I've been talking about, the C677T and the A1298C, and that attack that you all are suffering due to the virus on the planet, because they would like nothing more than to make you ineffective and gone. What is CRISPR? CRISPR technology is a simple yet powerful tool for editing genomes. It allows researchers to easily alter DNA sequences and modify gene function. its many potential applications, including correcting genetic defects, treating and preventing the spread of diseases, and improving crops. However, its promise also raises ethical concerns. In popular usage, CRISPR, pronounced CRISPR, is shorthand for CRISPR-Cas9. CRISPRs are specialized stretches of DNA. The protein Cas9, or CRISPR-associated, is an enzyme that acts like a pair of molecular scissors capable of cutting strands of DNA. CRISPR technology was adapted from the natural defense mechanisms of bacteria and archaea, the domain of single-celled microorganisms. These organisms use CRISPR-derived RNA and various Cas proteins, including Cas9, to foil attacks by viruses and other foreign bodies. They do so primarily by chopping up and destroying the DNA of a foreign invader. When these components are transferred into other more complex organisms, it allows for the manipulation of genes or editing. Until 2017, no one really knew what this process looked like. In a paper published November 10, 2017 in the journal Nature Communications, a team of researchers led by Mikahiro Shibata of Kanzawa University, and Hiroshi Nishimashu of the University of Tokyo, showed what it looks like when a CRISPR is in action for the very first time. Anyway, I'm going to delve a little deeper into this. See, this was first demonstrated experimentally, and a team of researchers at Dansko, a food ingredients company. A food ingredients company. You know, that stands out to me because that's what I've been telling you, is they put folic acid in the food chain. That's one of many things they've done that goes specifically and attacks your genetic code and makes you extremely ill, because it's like being slowly poisoned to death and causes a huge amount of autoimmune disorders to cascade in your body because of that. So, yes, I will be looking into CRISPR a lot deeper to see what I find out about this in particular, but I'm sure it's very connected to what's happening with us. It could also be the thing that could fix what's going wrong, but I contend that they have no plans on trying to do that. But yeah. Okay, let's see. I don't think I had anything else today in particular. I'm going to stop the share screen. Yeah, it is getting darker here. Definitely. Even the picture looks darker. I hope you found the information interesting. We definitely saw some interesting things on the photos. It's been a very crazy week here. I wish I was a little more put together for today, but at least got a little more information out to you all too. I will do a code video in a few minutes following this on that 9/11 code, because it would seem that number for some reason is really kind of standing out for all of us. So anyway, anybody that needs to contact me, my email address is criticalbreak@outlook.com. And oh, another thing I wanted to say, as things progress, because I really want to answer questions, I may just answer them in the weekly videos instead of in the comment sections, just to save time. Because I spend a great deal of time just committed to answering comments, because I want you all to know just how important you are to me. And I think it means a lot, that communication back and forth. But my time is becoming ever increasingly limited. So, in the interest of saving time, do still leave questions and stuff in the comments or email them. But sometimes the responses may be in the upcoming videos. So look for that. Anyway, I do hope you have an absolutely spectacular week coming up. Absolutely spectacular. And you know what time it is. Woo! We get to play at least sometimes, right? And yes, I cut the talons off. They needed it. They were getting crazy. I love you guys. To the moon, out past the stars, and back. Unlimited number of times. We win this. You know that, right? I hope you know that. Know it deep inside you. Okay? Anyway. See some of you in a few minutes because a code coming up. Anyway, the rest of you, have an absolutely grand week. And then we'll chat soon, I hope. Bye for now.